It's 2015, and I'm watching Dancing with the Stars with awe and amazement at the dancers, but with a little wistfulness because, alas, that could never be me. And now I'm too old, and I'm also far too sick. I get up, and I'm moving across my living room, clutching onto furniture just to get my balance. And I feel so tired, absolutely exhausted, because the medicine which is keeping me alive after breast cancer is making me feel like I'm 90 years old. Every muscle and bone in my body is aching, and I'm in such pain. What kind of a life is this? You need to understand that in 2009, I was the woman who had everything: health, wealth, and happiness. I'd been riding high as a successful businesswoman, and my marriage was very happy. And now, I have nothing. My husband died of brain cancer, and I had to empty out most of my retirement savings just to keep the company alive. And now I have advanced breast cancer, unable to run the company, and so it was sold recently in a fire sale just to avoid bankruptcy. How do you start your life over at 69 years old? And what's even the point of living? Being with my husband in heaven looks a whole lot more appealing. I get to my bedroom and I sit on my bed, and through my tears, I turn my eyes up to heaven and I ask, why did you have to die? We were so happy. And the reply comes back as incomprehensible as ever, that I have a job left to do on earth. But what? Now, you may find it a bit weird that I talk to my husband, but after he died, he showed me in ways that I couldn't argue with that he was still very much alive, but just not here on this earth. Months passed, and I was exercising by walking around my house to music, and I put on a slow rumba, and I was swaying to and fro to the music, and I lifted up my arms as if to simulate dancing with my husband. And then I felt his presence, and as tears rolled down my face, I hear his voice, "Honey, you should go and learn how to dance." Me? Dance? I still have neuropathy in my feet, left over from chemo. I have no balance to speak of, and I'm still in constant pain. Yes, I am making slow progress, but my will to live is more like a flicker, not a burning flame. But I didn't forget the advice from heaven. And so just before Christmas in 2016, I enrolled in dancing lessons at a local studio. Now, I was justifiably very nervous because I'd had a whole lifetime of thinking that I couldn't dance. Now, sometime in the middle of my first lesson, my instructor looked at me with amazement and said, "Are you sure you don't have any dance experience? Because you're a natural." Oh, it felt wonderful to move to the music. And although I know I didn't look like a contestant on Dancing with the Stars, I really did feel like one inside. And when I went to my car that evening, I could feel the constriction in my throat, and a tear came to my eye as I heard my husband's voice saying, "Merry Christmas, honey. This is my gift to you." Now, I wish I could tell you that my road to becoming a dancer was some overnight miracle. Not so. But dancing became the metaphor for rebuilding my life, step by step. First of all, dancing cured the neuropathy in my feet. And then I lost 90 pounds. And I can smile at myself in the mirror again. And in a couple of months, I enter my first dance competition. I am a dancer, standing proud and tall, full of the joy of life again.